should you go watch Superman? Yes. Yes, you should. I just came back from watching Superman for the second time, and it's a pretty good movie. If you happen to be one of my close friends, you would know that I've been absolutely insufferable about this movie. You see, as a DC fan, I've been waiting quietly for DC movies to get good. I've been sitting in the Zack Snyder slopverse, watching all you Marvel fans bask in all your glory with your Infinity War and your Thor Ragnaroks and your Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, now I have my Guardians of the Galaxy, okay? And even though my expectations for this movie were quite high, I'm happy to say the movie met most of them. First off, performances. David Cornsweet's Superman is super good, pun intended. He does such a good job at capturing Superman's charisma and kindness, and every single time he's on screen, I couldn't help but have a smile on my face. He just portrays such a good person. He's just a good human Kryptonian being. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane is insightful and has absolutely amazing chemistry with David Cornsweet's Superman. All the side characters are done pretty well. Mr. Terrific specifically stole the show at some points of the movie. Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, he's hilarious and he's so freaking dumb. The only person that I think was somewhat lackluster was Hot Girl. She didn't really have that much to do in the movie, but she didn't really need to, so I don't think it was that big of a deal. Jimmy Olsen's side plot was really fun to watch. She was like one of the main comedic aspects of the movie. All the performances were top notch. However, my favorite performance was from Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor. Every single time he's on screen, it's such a treat. He perfectly portrays a D1 hater. He's a sniveling, evil villain, and it's so fun to watch. It's amazing watching him rage over anything Superman does. There's not any character that takes the spotlight away for too long, but Lex Luthor, anytime that man was on screen, I was just so glad watching him, because it's the most hater crap you ever seen, bro, in any movie. The other really cool thing James Gunn does in this movie is his action scenes. The action scenes in this movie are some of the best comic book movies have to offer. James Gunn utilizes the camera in this movie so well. He moves it up close and he's not scared to move it out wide, and it just makes the action scenes flow so much better. It's just so much more coherent. It elevates the action. It makes you immersed. You can feel how quick it is. You can feel the impact. It's just really, really entertaining, to keep it simple. And I've been seeing a lot of chatter around how bad the CGI in this movie is and comparing it to The Flash. Alright, the CGI isn't bad at all. I don't know what people are talking about. There's no point in the movie where I think like the CGI looks terrible. It's all good. And I'm happy to say this movie is truly a comic book movie. It's not afraid to be silly and goofy. Each character's powers are exaggerated, the colors are vibrant, the music is memorable and powerful. I love how unapologetically comic booky it is. Modern comic book movies have been so grounded, and I've been waiting for a comic book movie that isn't afraid to be whimsical and silly and goofy. And I just love how overly exaggerated all the aspects of this movie is. It just cranks it up to 100, bro. However, the movie also does come with its problems. It's not perfect. One of the minor issues I had with the movie is that some of the jokes cut into the emotional beats too soon. It didn't give me enough time to sit there and process what the characters are going through. And the comedy is not like haha funny, in my opinion, but there are some pretty funny jokes in there. It is a funny movie. I would consider it a funny movie. And the only big issue I have with the movie is that it throws you in too fast. It throws you into this new world, and because it's so abrupt and ajar, it takes time for you to get invested into the story. And speaking of the world of Superman, the DC universe is already so fleshed out. Like, for example, in the movie, like, civilians be evacuating at one point, and they're kind of just like fine with it. Everybody, it's not like panicking that much or anything, because it's just like a normal freaking Tuesday for them. Like, they have this planned out. It just feels so lived in, and you can feel that metahumans have been around for a really long time and people have just gotten used to it. But back to the problem about the movie. When it starts off throwing you straight into a conflict and only explains it to you through text boxes, it doesn't help the pacing. And at least for me, it took time to get invested into the story. But once the movie started going and I started to settle in, I found myself enjoying it way more. And for a new watcher, it might even be more abrupt because I'm already somewhat more comfortable jumping into the world of DC because I'm familiar with all the characters. Like, man, if you're gonna watch this movie and you don't know who freaking Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl is, you're gonna be like, who the hell are these characters? And so it throws a lot at you. So sometimes it makes it seem like the movie's doing a bit too much. But it's only really in the beginning of the movie, and when the story starts flowing and the movie gets going and you like get a sense of, yeah, this is the conflict, you know what's happening, I think the movie just shines. Overall, an absolutely amazing start to the DCU. I can talk about how cool Superman is. I can talk about how cool Mr. Terrific is now. Thank you, James Gunn. Plus, now that I've rewatched it, I can definitely say that it definitely holds up with rewatches. So, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10.